What's up, guys? How's it going, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, the most expensive Lego game in the history of Lego games is Lego Dimensions. And so today we're going to go on ahead and take a look at the character roster that you have access to within this particular game. We're going to run through all the figures and all the characters. Of course, guys, don't forget to go on ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and let me know down in the comment section below your top 3 must-have figures from this lineup. Now, this showcase will once again feature both the figure and some gameplay for the character itself, so you'll notice the actual showcase right there of Batman within the DC universe. You can also see, of course, his abilities up above, which is pretty awesome because it actually surmises all the abilities for the character. And then below that, you can see the figure itself, which is right here. So without further ado, let's get rocking rolling. Here is Batman. Next up, we have Gandalf the Grey, who is the second of 3 characters that you get with the starter pack for this game. Of course, as you can see, he has the magic ability, he has the magical shield ability, and the illumination ability, which must be activated utilizing the toy pad itself. And the third and final figure in the starter pack is, of course, from the Lego Movie franchise. It is the one and only Wildstyle herself, who has the relic detector ability, the acrobat ability, and the master builder ability, making her one of the most unique characters in the game because there are very few characters that have that relic detector ability and the master builder ability as well. Next, we have our first expansion character. This was a character pack from the DC universe. It is Aquaman. As you can see, he does have the ability to go underwater and swim. Underwater, he also has the ability to interact with an ability called Atlantis, which allows him to basically go on ahead and create underwater creatures. We have the Hazard Cleaner ability and the Growth ability as well, allowing him to actually grow plants. Next, we have Bad Cop, Good Cop from the Lego Movie. He does have that relic detector ability, which I mentioned before is extremely rare. In fact, I think it might only be available for him and Wildstyle, so one of 2 only characters to have that ability. He has the targeted attack, which allows him to also then go on ahead and utilize that meltdown ability with his laser. Next, we have from the DC universe, it's Bane. And Bane has the ability to destroy cracked Lego objects by going into his toxin powered up form, which you can see right there. Of course, that goes back to his big transformation mode. And the cool thing is that he can actually traverse hazardous environments because he has the hazard protection ability. Next, we have from the Simpsons, it is Bart Simpson, who does not have a whole lot of abilities, but he still has some useful ones indeed. He has the mini access, allowing him to crawl through the tunnels. And of course, in addition to that, he has the targeting ability using his slingshot. Next, from the Lego Movie, it is a character who has a whole lot of abilities, and this is Benny. He has the ability to hack, to use the sonar smash, to use the targeting attack. He is a master builder, just like he was in the Lego Movie, and he has the ability to interact with technology panels as well, which you can see right there. So a pretty useful character indeed. Next, one of the coolest characters in the entire game, and that is Shell, with the portal gun, of course, being her unique ability and one that she is the only one that has. There is going to be a character down the line that has a similar ability type, but not the portal gun itself, making Shell one of the most unique characters in this entire game because, of course, she has the ability to utilize those portal gun puzzles. Next, from the Ninjago franchise, it is Cole, who has a ton of abilities. He has acrobatics. He can crack Lego objects and smash them out of the way. He has the Spinjitzu ability, which will be common for all of the Ninjago characters. Actually, almost all of the Ninjago characters, apart from one. He actually does have the stealth ability as well, which after all seems to make sense for a ninja character. And he can even deflect lasers, making him, again, one of the most useful characters in the game. Next, another Lego original franchise. This is the Legends of Chima. This is Cragger, who who has, of course, the Chi ability, which similarly to the ninjutsu ability, will be something that will be common across the Legends of Chima characters. He does have super strength to go on ahead and destroy those cracked Lego objects. He can also dive underwater, because after all, he is an alligator, or I guess a crocodile. And he also has hazard protection as well, similarly to Bane. Next, we head back to the DC universe with one of the most useful characters in the game, as we have Cyborg, who actually takes two different forms, because if you place this minifigure within the Teen Titans Go Hub world from year 2, he will actually turn to look like he does in the Teen Titans Go franchise. So it's really cool that you get both the DC universe version and the Teen Titans version as well. Now, as far as abilities are concerned, he has the laser ability, he can dive underwater, he can destroy cracked Lego objects when he is in his big transform mode. He also has a targeting ability, and he could go on ahead and interact with technology panels. Next up, from the Doctor Who franchise, it's Exterminate himself. Oh wait, no, those are the Daleks. But regardless, it's the Cyberman, or as I like to call it, the Iron Man Mark 1, because I swear it looks a lot like Iron Man Mark 1. This character has an insane amount of abilities, whether it be mind control, hacking, drone maze puzzles, destruction of silver Lego objects, the X-ray vision, the dive ability underwater, and technology panels. I mean, honestly, Cyberman is one of the most clutch figures in the entire game. Next, it's time to travel back to the future, because Doc Brown is here. He has the hacking ability, he has the technology ability, the fix-it ability, drone mazes once again, and the intelligence ability, allowing him to solve some pretty complicated puzzles. So there you have it. It's time to head back to the future. Doc Brown. But that's not the last Back to the Future character. We'll see. And once again, another Doctor Who character. This time, it's literally the Doctor, who has less abilities than the Cyberman, surprisingly so. He does have the hacking ability. He does have the technology ability. He also has the fix-it ability, utilizing that screwdriver. And of course, he does also come along with Sonar Smash, as well as intelligence. We're headed back to the Lego Movie franchise with Emmet from the Lego Movie, who does have the ability to drill things, to fix things, and of course to build things, because after all, he is a master builder, just like he was in the movie. So the power of the, was it Cragger, I believe, is here. It's time to power up our Chi once again with the only flying character from the Legends of Chima, as this is Eris, or Iris maybe. This character can go on ahead and use that giant club to destroy cracked Lego objects, has the ability to go on ahead and throw giant boulders from the ground with the targeting ability, has the ability to fly, as I mentioned before, and of course, just like all the other Chi characters, has the ability to utilize Chi energy. Yo, what's going on, Lord of the Ring fans? You got Gimli in the game, who does unfortunately only have 2 abilities, so making him not all that useful, unfortunately, because he has the mini axes and the cracked Lego objects, which you probably have noticed is a pretty common ability. But regardless, it is still really cool to have Gimli in the game. And for all of you Lord of the Ring fans, don't worry, there's still more. Here is Gollum, who does have the ability to utilize the boomerang, allowing him to activate the boomerang switches, or the batarang switches, which is awesome. He has the ability to destroy silver Lego objects, the ability to use mini axes just like Gimli, the ability to use acrobatic tasks, and dive underwater, making him surprisingly one of the most useful characters in the entire game, because there are very few characters that can both dive underwater and destroy silver Lego objects. Next up, we have a character that I'm a huge fan of, but unfortunately in this game, she doesn't really get a whole lot to do because her abilities are super duper limited. Here we have the iconic Harleen Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn, who can go on ahead and destroy cracked Lego objects and simply use some acrobatics. That is all. Now, surprisingly, within the Simpsons franchise, Homer is often quite useless, but he's not that useless in the Lego Dimensions game, because he has the ability to transform into a giant character, which then gives him super strength and the ability to destroy cracked Lego objects. And he could utilize his quenching power to burp and go on ahead and literally shatter glass, utilizing his massively loud burps. Yes, that's a real thing. We're headed back to the Ninjago franchise, and here we have the one and only Jay, who has Spinjitzu, Fix ability, Acrobat ability, Stealth ability, Intelligence ability, and Electricity, making Jay, in my personal opinion, the best Ninjago character in this game. Next, we have the iconic Mr. J, aka Joker from the DC Universe, who does have the ability to use electricity. He has the targeting ability. He can actually grapple things, which is awesome and surprisingly kind of a rare ability in this game, considering how common of a task that seems like it would be. And he can protect himself from hazardous waste. Next, we have the leader of the Ninjago crew. It is Kai. Once again, just like the other Ninjago characters, he has Spinjitzu. He does have acrobatic abilities, stealth, and he can go on ahead and deflect lasers. Next, we're headed to the Jurassic era, or more specifically, Jurassic World era, and we have the ACU Trooper. Now, I have to know, guys, do you think that this is the most useless figure in this particular game? Because honestly, I just think that this is one of those characters where it's like, why? You have so many other characters that you could have chosen from the Jurassic World or Jurassic Park franchises. Why the heck would you just randomly choose just an ACU Trooper? It seems so generic. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but the cool thing is that this character does actually still have two very useful abilities in the form of illumination and electricity. Next, another relatively controversial pick within this game, because I think a lot of people were like, who is this? And what is this character supposed to represent? Because it is kind of a brand new invention. This is Gamer Kid from the Midway Arcade world. But surprisingly, this character is actually extremely useful. He has a lot of really good abilities, whether it be the cracked Lego object's ability to destroy that using his soda can powers. He can create lasers. He has invulnerability. He has stealth and super speed. So that is a lot of really, really useful abilities for a character that seems to be quite generic, making him actually a pretty good character in-game. We're headed back to the Simpsons world, and here is Krusty the Clown, everybody's favorite terrifying clown. It is a character that only has two abilities, unfortunately, and that is the Hazard Clean and the Growth ability, both of which he can only go on ahead and do by utilizing his spray bottle ability. So he's basically able to utilize parts of the abilities that we've seen from Aquaman, and that pretty much is it. Now, I believe that this character right here is the leader of the Legends of Chima, and this would be Laval. Once again, like all the other Chima characters, he has the Chi ability. He can go on ahead and destroy cracked Lego objects when he is in powered up Chi form. He does have the acrobatic ability. He can laser deflect, and the other cool thing is that he does actually have the sonar smash ability as well. Lord of the Ring fans, there's even more Lord of the Rings love within LEGO Dimensions, because as you can see, Legolas, the most appropriately named character to appear in a LEGO game, is here. We have the pole vault ability, targeting ability, and of course, to take advantage of those two, he does have some lovely acrobatics. Now, I believe this is the most powerful character in the Ninjago crew, and this would be Lloyd, the Gold Ninja or the Green Ninja, and he has Spinjitzu, acrobatics, stealth, laser deflection, and illumination. Hey, remember guys, I promised you that we would see another Back to the Future character, and here he is, Marty McFly himself, who unfortunately is kind of a terrible character as far as abilities are concerned, because the only useful thing that he can do is sonar smash. That's it. That's kind of anticlimactic, to be honest. We're headed right back to more Ninjago characters, because here is Nia, who once again has the Spinjitzu ability, acrobatics, stealth. Those are common across all of the ninja characters, but making her unique is, of course, the fact that she does also have the laser deflector, and more importantly, the Fix-It ability. Next, we have Owen Grady is what I meant to say, and he has the tracking ability. He does have the ability to utilize stealth. He has the targeting ability, and one ability that we have not seen up until this very moment. He's the only character so far to have that vine cut ability, which means he could slice and dice through vines and then go on ahead and get some lovely progress for you within LEGO Dimensions. Next, it's time to call the Ghostbusters. Here is Peter Venkman, who does have the ability to both suspend ghosts and capture them. He does have the laser ability and, of course, hazard protection. Keep in mind, this is one of those characters in this game where actually it is 4 characters in one, because you can't transform into the other Ghostbusters as well. Next, we have the absolutely shocking and surprising Slimer. So you thought that Peter Venkman was awesome? Well, guess what? Slimer is absolutely insane. I mean, look at the list of abilities within Slimer's character sheet. You have Boomerang, Flying, Slurp Access, Diving Ability, Hazard Cleaner, Sonar Smash, Illumination, Mini Access Points, and Hazard Protection. Holy moly, Slimer's OP. Next up after that, we have the one and only Zoinks. It's Scooby-Doo, who does have some useful abilities, actually. Even though he often acts very cowardly, he actually is quite a useful character within the game. He can track things, he can dig things, he can dive underwater, and of course, he can go on ahead and disguise himself to be quite stealthy. And next up, we have the second to last Ninjago character. This is the one and only Sensei Wu, the master himself, who does once again have Spinjitzu, stealth, pole vault abilities, and of course, he can go on ahead and utilize some acrobatics as well. Representing Scooby-Doo once again, it's the one and only Super Saiyan Shaggy, who does have the stealth ability, illumination abilities, because he's scared of the dark, and he can also go on ahead and track things. Even though in the show, he's oftentimes not all that successful with that, here, he's actually quite useful in helping you solve those tracking puzzles. The Ghostbusters get even more minifigures in this game, and here is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, who can become ginormous, since after all, that's what we kind of think of when we think of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Of course, when we don't account for the newest Ghostbusters Afterlife movie, he does have the hazard protection, and he can go on ahead and destroy cracked Lego objects when he has that big transform activated. Next, we have one of my personal favorite figures in this entire game because he is so insanely useful. This is Superman. He can fly, he can dive, he has invulnerability, he can destroy cracked Lego objects, freeze breath, yes please, laser, done, and X-ray vision. Insanely useful character. The Lego movie still has more characters to go, and here is the one and only Unikitty, who has the ability to destroy rainbow Lego objects, the first character that has showcased that ability so far. She is a master builder, and in addition to that, she can go on ahead and go into that Rage Kitty form where she becomes the big transformed giant red, really unhappy cat, I think is the way to describe that. Next, from the Wizard of Oz, it is the Wicked Witch. Old Witch, the Wicked Witch. And this witch is actually very, very useful. Tons of really good abilities. Flight, magic, silver Lego blow-up ability, illumination, mind control, and a magical shield. That is a lot of really, really useful powers for the Wicked Witch. Next, we have a Wonder Woman, who has an insane amount of abilities. I mean, look at that list right there. Acrobatics, flight, mind control, laser deflector, invulnerability, grapple, boomerang, dive abilities, underwater, and of course the ability to use super strength to destroy cracked Lego objects. That is a ton of abilities that Wonder Woman has within Lego Dimensions. And the last Ninjago character, as well as the last figure from the year 1 of Lego Dimensions showcased within this particular video, is Zane himself, who once again has Spinjitzu, acrobatics, stealth, but the things that make him more unique than the other Ninjago characters is the fact that he can activate boomerang switches, which is awesome, aka those batarang switches. He can dive underwater, and he has the ability to utilize X-ray vision. So let's kick things off in year 2 of Lego Dimensions with Green Arrow from the DC Universe, who has the ability to pole vault utilizing his arrows, aka his targeting ability. He has acrobatics, and he could go on ahead and actually use a grapple arrow as well. Staying in the DC universe, here is an insanely useful character in Supergirl, who just like Superman has an insane amount of abilities, but I would argue is even more useful because of the extra few things that she can do that Superman cannot, like the ability to dig and create lantern constructs. She can fly, dive underwater, invulnerability, destroy cracked Lego objects using super strength, melt things down with laser vision, then utilize the X-ray vision to solve those types of puzzles, grapple abilities, utilizing her lantern form, and as if all that wasn't enough, as I previously mentioned, she can dig and she can go on ahead and use freeze breath. This makes, in my opinion, Supergirl the single best figure to own from LEGO Dimensions. Next, we've got another Ghostbuster character. This time it's Abby Yates, who represents the 2016 Ghostbusters, and this one once again has the other 3 Ghostbusters available to transform into as well. She does have insanely useful abilities, whether you like or dislike the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. Within LEGO Dimensions, this character is extremely useful with the ability to use Ghost Trap, Intelligence, Suspending Ghosts, Laser to melt the gold Lego object, Protection from hazards, Charge Transfer, which she's the only character that can use that ability in all of the game, Intelligence, Fixing Things, destroying cracked Lego objects, and Super Strength handles. That's an insane amount of different tasks that this one figure can tackle. Next, we have from Adventure Time, it is Finn, who can go on ahead and utilize acrobatics, the ability to use a laser to melt gold Lego objects, to target things, to use a laser deflectors, a sword switch, the cursed red Lego objects destruction, the ability to grapple things, and our second character that can actually use the vine cut ability using the grass sword that he has. Nothing is impossible if you've got Missions Impossible's own Ethan Hunt on your crew, because this character has an insane list of abilities. Acrobatics, targeting, technology, fuse box, the only character that can interact with the fuse box mini puzzles, the Magno gloves, only character that has that ability in the game, the drone maze ability, the grapple ability, the ability to destroy silver Lego objects, the ability to utilize stealth, a scan disguise, once again, the only character to have that ability as well, the ability to dive underwater, and X-ray vision. Insane. Another Adventure Time character that is present in LEGO Dimensions is the Lumpy Space Princess herself. She does utilize the boomerang ability, the hazard protection ability, can go on ahead and utilize the rainbow Lego object destruction, mini access ports, the slurp access, and the ability to target enemies at range. But that is not all. There are still more Adventure Time characters featured in this game, and this one has an insane amount of abilities. I mean, we're talking an entire list. As you can see here on the page, you have targeting abilities, sonar smash, gyrosphere switch, which is the only character that has that ability. Yes, there are vehicles that can do that, but the only character that can use the gyrosphere switch is Jake. He has super strength handles ability, the ability to destroy cracked Lego objects, drone mazes, drill, illumination, grapple, mini access, slurp access, tracking, big transformation, and diving underwater when he transforms into a dolphin. Wingardium Leviosa! Here is Harry Potter from Harry Potter. He has actually quite a few abilities, which you would think he would, considering that he is a wizard. He should be able to just conjure up just about every ability out there. He has the apparati access. He has the parcel tongue, I think is how you pronounce that, door ability. Him and the unmentionable one are the only ones that can interact with that. He has the ability to use magic, stealth, destroy silver Lego objects, illuminate things, fly, Defendo ability, the laser deflector, targeting abilities, and he can go on ahead and also utilize the water spray, allowing him to, of course, fill things up with water, clean hazardous waste, and go on ahead and grow plants. So we go from the ultimate good to the ultimate bad within the Harry Potter franchise. This is the unmentionable one, Avada Kedavra, the one and only Voldemort. And Voldemort, similarly to Harry Potter, shares almost the exact same kit of abilities. He has water spray, targeting, laser deflector, defendo, flying, illumination. This is where he actually differentiates from Harry Potter in the fact that he has mind control. He can destroy silver Lego objects, use magic, and of course utilize the apparati access as well as the parcel tongue door abilities. Next, from the A-Team, I pity the fool that messes with B.A. Baracus. we've got B.A. Baracus, who has some unique abilities like the I ain't getting on no plane, which I'm not necessarily sure what that ability implies. I guess maybe he literally cannot use flying vehicles, but he can target things, he can fix things, he can use the ability that he has to destroy silver Lego objects, punch through cracked Lego objects, super strength handles. This is the thing that makes him super unique. He's the only character in the game that can go on ahead and use the A-Team Master Build, and he has a laser deflection ability. Next, from the Fantastic Beast, and where to find him, it's Newt Scamander. He has an insane amount of abilities. He pretty much goes hand in hand with Harry Potter and Voldemort as far as wizards that have access to insane amounts of abilities. He does have one unique ability as well, which we'll get to in just a moment. But first and foremost, he can water spray, target, laser deflect, defendo, illumination, silver Lego blow up ability, stealth, magic, intelligence, fixing things. This is where he stands out because he's the only character that has the fantastical briefcase ability. And last but certainly not least, he can use the apparati access ability as well. Next, we have probably the most popular character in LEGO Dimensions. I think this is the one character that most people would love to own from this particular game, which is why I'm looking forward to reading the comments down below to see what were your top 3 favorites, because I'm going to guess that this guy will be at the top of many lists. But we have Sonic the Hedgehog, who unfortunately actually doesn't have a whole lot of useful abilities. He has acrobatics, he has cracked Lego objects, he can grind on rails, and he has super speed abilities. That's pretty much it. Next, from the Gremlins franchise is the adorable Gizmo, who only has 2 abilities, and that is to target things and utilize mini access. Now, I believe with his targeted ability, the one thing that is missed out here is the fact that he can actually still grapple utilizing the arrows, and he can actually destroy silver Lego objects as well with an explosive arrow. So keep that in mind. I don't know why they didn't list those abilities here, but he does have those available as well. Now we got our hero. Let's see our villain from the Gremlins franchise. Here is Sir Tripe, who once again has the targeting ability. He does have the acrobatic ability, allowing him to double jump. And of course, he has the ability to dig things. Plus, again, I don't know why they didn't list it here, but he does have the ability to cut through vines as well. So he does have the vine cut ability that we saw previously on Finn the human and on Owen Grady. Next, we have one of everyone's favorite is E.T., the extraterrestrial, who has a plethora of moves that he can go on ahead and implement, whether it be growing plants with his growth ability, fixing things, heart regen, illumination, stealth, magic, and the ability to crawl through the mini access portals. Next, we have another very magical character. This is Tina Goldstein, and she has a ton of abilities, just like all the other wizard characters have in the game. She can use acrobatics, she can use the water spray abilities and all the benefits that come with that, like growth, etc. You have the targeting ability, laser deflector, defendo, illumination, silver Lego blow up ability, stealth, magic, and apparati access. Next, the last character from Adventure Time, arguably the most useful character from Adventure Time. And you might have noticed that the main 3 characters from Adventure Time, being Finn, Jake, and Marceline, all have insane amounts of abilities, making them some of the best characters in the entire game. But Marceline has the acrobatics ability, laser deflector ability, the ability to destroy cracked Lego objects, the ability to dig and fly, the ability to utilize and destroy cursed red Lego objects, heart regen, sonar smash, stealth, magic, slurp access, mini access, tracking, and vine cutting. Next, from the Lego Batman movie franchise, it's Batgirl, who has the ability to activate boomerang switches, activate detective mode, making her extremely unique because she's the only character, or one of the only characters to have that ability, stealth, grapple, and the high security accessibility as well. And if you're a fan of the Lego Batman movie, fear not, for Robin is also available, and this is one of the characters that, again, just like Cyborg, has the ability to look differently and have a completely different look if we bring him into the Teen Titans Go world. So you can actually make him look like Robin from Teen Titans Go, and he has an alternate costume making him look like Nightwing, which is also very, very, very cool. Now, as far as his abilities are concerned, he has acrobatics, the ability to fix things, vent access, illumination, suit rip, which turns him into Nightwing. Then you have the dive ability, pole vault, and laser deflector ability as well. And last but certainly not least, from the Lego Batman movie franchise is Excalibur Batman, aka the Knight Batman, who does have the master build ability, the ability to destroy cracked Lego objects, which the other Batman does not actually. He can go on ahead and grapple, use the laser deflector ability, stealth, boomerang, and another thing that makes him unique compared to the other Lego Batman that we've seen before is the fact that he can utilize sword switches as well. This is one of the most unique characters in this entire game, and it is Michael Knight from Knight Rider, who is just such an obscure pick for this game, but he is in the game, and he has the ability to use acrobatics, hacking, technology, abilities, tracking, and the X-ray vision as well. Next, we have from the Goonies, it is Sloth himself, who can destroy cracked Lego objects with his super strength, as well as utilize super strength handles. He can grapple, he can dig, he can actually dive underwater, and he could use a targeted attack as well. Next, we have another Lego original and a character that has insane utility, super duper useful. It is Chase McCain from Lego City Undercover. He has so many different costumes, allowing him to use so many different abilities, and that includes relic detection, illumination, acrobatics, targeting, grappling, tracking, hacking, flying, drill abilities, water spray, growth, hazard cleanup, destroying cracked Lego objects, and destroying silver Lego objects as well. We have the last wizard character from the Harry Potter franchise. It is Hermione Granger herself, and once again, tons of different abilities for the wizards in Lego Dimensions. She can have apparati access, she has intelligence, magic, silver Lego blow-up ability, illumination, defendo, laser deflector abilities, targeting abilities, a water spray, and acrobatics as well, but no flight, interestingly enough. Next, from the Powerpuff Girls, it is Blossom, who has the ability to utilize laser, freeze breath, intelligence, create lantern constructs, which all of the Powerpuff Girls can do. Spoiler alert. She can destroy cracked Lego objects with super strength. She can fly and dive underwater. She has X-ray vision. And lastly, she regenerates health via heart regeneration. Next, from the Powerpuff Girls is Bubbles, who has the ability to create water shapes in Atlantis, just like Aquaman. So one of the very few characters that has that ability. She has the laser ability. She's the only one of the Powerpuff Girls that can actually destroy rainbow Lego objects. She does also have the parcel tongue door ability, which I didn't even know until this very moment. She can go on ahead and create lantern constructs, destroy cracked Lego objects, fly and dive underwater, as well as destroy glass or glass Lego object utilizing sonar smash. And once again, just like her sister Blossom, she also can go on ahead and regenerate hearts. Next, we have the last one of the trio. It is a Buttercup, who has the gyrosphere switch ability. So I am incorrect when I said that Jake was the only one that could use that as a character. I guess I forgot about the fact that she can actually generate the sphere aura around herself, allowing her to activate gyrosphere switches. She has Spin Jitsu, the only character that is not a Ninjago character that has that ability, which is kind of cool. She has Lantern Construct, the ability to destroy cracked Lego objects, flight and diving underwater, super strength for handles, and once again, heart regeneration. The next character is a huge fan favorite. It is Beetlejuice himself, who can go on ahead and utilize mini access by shrinking himself down. He can utilize magic and mind control, illumination, as well as the ability to destroy cracked Lego objects. And so let's kick things off with our final three characters with the Teen Titans Go. Kicking things off with the wonderful Beast Boy, who has an insane amount of abilities courtesy of being able to transform into different animals. Similarly to Jake the dog, he has the ability to utilize Atlantis, acrobatics, digging, flying, diving underwater, tracking, mini axis, slurp axis, and the ability to go through those drone mazes. Our penultimate character is the insanely powerful Raven, who has the ability to utilize magic, flight, lantern constructs, intelligence, drone mazes, hazard protection, laser, electricity, and the only one, just like Shell, previously from the Portal franchise, she's the only character that can generate Raven portals. After all, that's why they're called Raven portals. And last but certainly not least, from the Teen Titans Go franchise, the last figure to be showcased here today out of 75 in total. This is Starfire, who can utilize Atlantis, acrobatics, laser ability, the ability to destroy rainbow Lego objects, dive underwater, as well as fly up high. The parcel tongue door ability and the heart regeneration ability is available to Starfire as well. And so with all that in mind, guys, there you have it. That is 75 characters showcased here today. Let me know down in the comment section below, which is your absolute favorite? What do you think of this roster? Do you find it interesting that there were far more characters and figures released in year one, which is kind of interesting because I could have sworn, if you asked me before I made this video, which year of LEGO Dimensions had more characters released, I would have made a prediction of year two. But oddly enough, I would have been incorrect because it is actually year one that featured almost twice as many characters as year two. Thank you guys so very much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. I want to give a huge special thank you to the members of the channel. Thank you guys so very much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate that. And of course, in addition to that, you can also go on ahead and support the channel by grabbing some merch. I'll hopefully catch you guys here next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everybody.